Last time in Welcome to Derry, the blood ran deep beneath the cinema. But now, Derry's fear is no longer hiding underground. The second episode begins in the most chilling way possible. Lily wakes up trapped in a nightmare, reliving every scream, every drop of blood from the massacre inside the cinema. But when she opens her eyes, she realizes the nightmare wasn't just a dream. It really happened. Her friends were slaughtered before her eyes, and now Ronnie's father, Hank, the owner of the theater, is being blamed for everything. Meanwhile, somewhere else in Derry, Leroy and his wife Charlotte move into their new home with their young son, Will. They're trying to start over, but their new white neighbors don't exactly seem welcoming. Something in the air feels wrong, like the town itself is watching. At school, Ronnie and Lily finally reunite. Marge warns Lily that the popular girls won't talk to her if she keeps hanging out with Ronnie, but Lily doesn't care anymore. Not after what she saw in that movie theater. In another classroom, Will, the new kid, tries to fit in, but of course, the bullies find him first. Back at the Air Force Base, Leroy discovers that the airman who disrespected him earlier, Masters, was actually the one who attacked him. Colonel Fuller promises justice, but Leroy can tell something isn't right. There's a secret under all that military discipline, and it's starting to leak out. Later that day, Charlotte explores downtown Derry. Workers are putting up a massive Paul Bunyan statue, a symbol that anyone familiar with Derry's dark past knows all too well. On her way back, she sees a group of boys beating another kid. When she steps in to stop them, their cold, dead stares make her realize she might have just made a mistake. That night at dinner, she tells Leroy and Will what happened. Leroy tells her to stay quiet, hinting at something that happened back in Shreveport. Something Charlotte clearly doesn't want to remember. At Ronnie's house, things take a darker turn. Her father argues with her grandmother. He's terrified he'll be blamed for the murders. But then, the house itself seems to come alive. Ronnie's bed starts to shake like a beating heart. Suddenly, she's trapped inside a body, gasping for air as water fills the space around her. When she claws her way out, she realizes the horrifying truth. She was inside her mother's pregnant belly. Her mother screams that Ronnie tore her apart, and that her father will die. Ronnie tries to run, but an umbilical cord lashes out and drags her back. Her mother's stomach opens wide, full of teeth, and inside, she sees those glowing eyes. Pennywise, Ronnie bites through the cord and escapes, just as her father bursts into the room only to find her mother gone. Later that night, we shift to Dick, one of the airmen. He's drinking with his fellow soldiers when Chief Bowers, a relative of Henry and Butch Bowers, walks in. Locals pressure him to arrest Hank. Moments later, Dick and the others are thrown out of the bar because of the color of their skin. Back at the base, it's clear Dick has privileges others don't, and the military side of Derry is beginning to show its own kind of horror. The next day, Ronnie tells Lily about her terrifying vision. But when she realizes Lily didn't tell the police that Hank was innocent, she loses control. Lily explains that if she tells the truth, they'll just send her back to Juniper Hill, the place no one wants to end up. Ronnie's outburst lands her in detention. Meanwhile, Will eats lunch alone in the hallway until a boy named Rich shows up and starts talking to him. Their short friendship is interrupted by a stink bomb, and of course, Will gets blamed. Another ticket to detention. Elsewhere, Chief Bowers interrogates Lily. He twists her words, manipulates her fear, and forces her to say she's not sure about Hank's alibi. Moments later, Hank is arrested right in front of Ronnie and her grandmother. They watch helplessly as the man who raised her is taken away for something he didn't do. Back at the base, Leroy finally confronts Masters and proves he couldn't have fired the weapon used in the attack. That's when General Shaw steps in. He admits the whole thing was staged. It was all a test to find someone who doesn't fear fear itself. He tells Leroy he's part of something bigger, now something secret, a project that could weaponize fear. And then, the episode gives us one last nightmare to take home. Lily is shopping alone when she starts hearing whispers calling her name. She turns and sees cereal boxes with the rotting faces of her dead friends printed on them. The aisle closes in. Pickle jars surround her, and in one of them, she sees her father's severed head staring back. The jars crash to the floor, his body starts reforming, and a tentacle wraps around her neck, choking her until suddenly she's back in the store. The vision is gone. A worker is yelling at her, but the horror isn't over. Moments later, she's taken to Juniper Hill against her will. Meanwhile, Leroy finally learns the truth about Shaw's secret operation. Shaw explains it's designed to turn fear itself into a weapon that could end wars. But outside, Fuller and Dick make a terrifying discovery. A car being lifted from the ground, filled with skeletons. And that's where the episode ends. Derry's darkness is spreading, the military is hiding something unspeakable, and Pennywise is getting closer. So my friend, what do you think? Is Derry cursed by fear? Or built on it? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and get ready for episode 3, because the real nightmare is just beginning.